He was lying in a hospital bed, broken and alone. Doctors said he might never walk again. But 10 years later, that same man was standing on stage in front of thousands, sharing a story that changed millions of lives. This is not a movie. This is real. And it all started with the worst day of his life. His name was Samuel. Everyone called him Sam. At 22, he was a delivery driver in a small town. He worked 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. He didn't love the job, but it paid the bills. He had a small apartment, an old motorcycle, and big dreams he never talked about. One rainy night, Sam was making his last delivery. A truck ran a red light and hit his motorcycle. Sam flew through the air and landed on the cold, wet road. He couldn't move. He couldn't scream. All he saw was the dark sky above him and the sound of sirens getting closer. Sam woke up in a hospital 3 days later. His right leg was shattered. His left arm was in a cast. The doctor said recovery would take at least 8 months, maybe more. Sam stared at the ceiling and felt his whole world collapse. No job, no savings, no one coming to visit. The first 2 months were the hardest. Sam couldn't walk, couldn't work, couldn't pay rent. His landlord gave him 1 month before eviction. He ate hospital food and stared at the walls. Some nights he wished the truck had finished the job. He had never felt so broken in his entire life. One day, a nurse named Maria noticed Sam hadn't spoken in weeks. She placed a small notebook and a pen on his bed. She said, "If you can't talk about it, write about it. Pain that stays inside will destroy you." Sam picked up the pen that night and started writing. Sam wrote about everything. His childhood, his absent father, his mother who worked 3 jobs, the loneliness he carried like a backpack full of stones. He wrote about the accident, the fear, the anger. Every word that hit the paper took a little weight off his chest. Writing became his therapy. After 4 months, Sam could finally sit in a wheelchair. He kept writing every single day. His notebook turned into 2, then 5, then 10. A hospital volunteer saw his writing and said it was beautiful. "You should share this with the world," she told him. Sam laughed. But the idea stayed in his mind. When Sam got out of the hospital, he moved into a shelter. He borrowed an old laptop and created a free blog. He posted his first story about the night of the accident. He expected no one to read it, but within a week it had been shared over 10,000 times. People said his words gave them hope. Sam kept posting every week. Raw, honest and real stories from his life. His blog grew from hundreds to thousands to millions of readers. People from all over the world sent him messages saying his words saved their lives. Sam couldn't believe it. His pain was healing others. A publisher reached out and offered Sam a book deal. He spent 6 months writing his first book, Still Standing. It became a bestseller in the first week. Sam went from a homeless shelter to a book tour across the country. The delivery boy who couldn't walk was now walking on stages around the world. At 32, Sam gave his first TEDx talk. He stood in front of 2,000 people and said, "The worst night of my life gave me the best story I've ever told." The audience went silent. Then they stood up. The applause lasted 3 minutes. Sam finally understood why he survived that night. Today, Sam runs a foundation that helps accident survivors recover, not just physically, but mentally. He has published 3 best-selling books. He speaks at universities and hospitals around the world. But his proudest moment is reading messages from strangers who say, "Your story saved my life." Sam didn't choose the accident. He didn't choose the pain, but he chose what to do with it. He turned his darkest chapter into a light for millions. If life has knocked you down right now, remember, your story isn't over. The worst chapter might become the most powerful one. Keep going. The world needs your story.